Hi, I'm Ty Knight. On today's Game Day Hype Show, we're taking a look at Spurs taking on Chelsea, of course, at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Sunday, the 19th of September, with a late afternoon kickoff. Now, if you're new to the show, this is what you're going to get from a Game Day Hype Show. We give you the head-to-head previous results as well as the form guide, plus vital information that comes up for the entire show. That's why it's vitally important you do not skip or end this show early. Just watch it all. It's vitally important you get every information. That way, come the end of it, you turn around and say, you know what, after I've watched this one, yeah, my team's actually going to win this game. So let's kick off straight away with head-to-head. So out of 58 games that these two teams have played, Chelsea have just wiped the floor with Spurs. No surprise there. And could it be another Spursy day? Anyway, as we know, between these two teams, Chelsea have just been victorious. And with this new squad, with their new manager, Thomas Tuchel, with the Champions League with the reigning holders right now, these guys mean business. They mean business. Harry Kane versus Lukaku. Dele Ali versus, well, the whole entire Chelsea midfield. And then you've got Chelsea's defence against Spurs' defence. This game has got written all over it's got to be a Chelsea win. Chelsea just beat Spurs all the time. But this could actually change. If you remember, Spurs started off the season ferocious. First 3 games, they won 1-0. They were occupying first position. They lose one game, they drop to 7th. Chelsea win a game, they go straight to 2nd. And all of a sudden you start thinking to yourself, could this be the end for Spurs and them being Spursy, as a name just rings a bell all across social media? But I'm not going to say that right now, because with Spurs now under Nuno, they do look a bit better. But last weekend I watched the game, we covered the game. Of course, the Palace versus Spurs game. Spurs look out of touch, and forget about the red card in the second half. Late in the second half. Spurs only had 2 shots on goal. Chelsea are just ferocious. Look at the way they just handled Zenit in the Champions League. Look at the way they're handling teams so far in the Premier League. Look at the way they just handled Arsenal. And anyway, before you Spursy people trying to say, well, it is Arsenal after all, Chelsea are handling teams with just ferociousness, with passion, with guile, with everything you can think of. But Spurs are not no mugs. They are going to come out. They're going to go after Chelsea. They're playing at home after all. Is Son going to be back? Is he going to be back and ready to play against Chelsea? Would Nuno go with a 4-3-3? And I think if he goes with a 4-3-3, having Harry Kane with Son and Lucas, I think that's going to be the best outlet for them. That's going to give them the most possession with the ball up front. Harry Kane, as you know, he likes to drop deep, gets the ball, one touch, boom, looks for Son. Son runs on, Son scores. Give the ball to Lucas now, that could be a different proposition altogether. Because I don't think Lucas is that guy, but going head to head, I think it does look like it could be a Chelsea win. Doesn't mean you got to switch off the show right now. No way does it mean. Keep watching, people. Keep watching. Let's move on to previous results. Now, with the previous results, we do know Chelsea still have the upper hand in these fixtures, of course, because they have the majority wins. Now, I'm not laughing at Spurs fans. It's not going to be a Spursy day, but what it's going to be could be a victorious day for Spurs. If they win this one, that then puts them back into the conversation, back into the top 4 conversation, and back into the title hunt as well. And this is why on game day 5 is so important. You keep your cool, you keep your nerve, and you go after 3 points. Week in, week out, you do not stop. You keep going and going and going, and there's no easy games in the Premier League. There really isn't. What do you expect? Chelsea versus Spurs, Spurs versus Chelsea. It's a London derby. Spurs' second London derby in less than a week. In a week, really and truly. A week and 1 day if you want to be technical about it. This game has it all. I cannot wait to watch this game. I will be watching this game, and I want to see a good fight. I want to see a good fight from Spurs. And no, I'm not a Spurs fan. You know who I support already. But I want to see what Spurs can do against this Chelsea team. I want to see who can go up against this Chelsea team. I want to see who can get under Thomas Tuchel's skin. I want to see who can ruffle the feathers of Lukaku. But then again, you get him mad, you show him on his left foot, it's game over. It's lights out, forget about it. Game over. Don't worry, they do have Kai Havertz. They do have Mason Mount. They do have Jorginho in the midfield. They do have a good back line. Chelsea do have good players. And don't forget they signed Saul, and people were mugging Saul off already after his first appearance for Chelsea. That's just one game. What if this guy does turn up and do what he does best? Gets on the ball, spins, pivots, looks before the ball even comes to know where he's going to pass it next. Are you ready for that? I don't know, but I want to see what Dele Ali is going to do in the midfield. I want to see Dele Ali take control on the midfield. I want to see Dele Ali making some runs and breaking the line. That's what I want to see Dele Ali do. But anyway, now that part got all sweaty and excited, let's move on to the form guide. So as you can see, both teams, as I said before, one team has lost one game, one team has not lost. Spurs can get a result against Chelsea. And when I say a result, I'm not talking about this to draw. I'm talking about all 3 points. Harry Kane's got a point to prove. He couldn't get his move to City. Lukaku's now come in. There are some great strikers now in the Premier League. And the game will be focused, and they will pin it. You know they're going to pin it. Harry Kane versus Lukaku. Which one? Who's better? Who do you actually build your team around? You're going to have all these pundits in the studio going, well, you know what? I think I'll definitely go with Harry Kane. I mean, he's more proven. He's got more class about him. The man's got a dodgy ankle. Kick his right ankle and see what happens. The man's just like unbreakable. He'll have a broken ankle. Not broken ankle. I don't wish that upon the man. I'm not going to say that. But you know what I'm saying. Harry Kane ankle are dodgy. Lukaku is a big man. Don't get this man angry. He's just a Hulk. He's just going to be, I don't have his muscles, but I'm telling you, Lukaku is just a big beast. Chelsea have a beast of a midfield. They have a beast of a defence. And they've got 2 good goalkeepers. No matter what you say about Kepa, he is a good goalkeeper. Spurs, on the other hand, they have a good team. They have a really good team, but they're nothing without Son. Forget Harry Kane. Son is the key. It's not Harry Kane. While you guys in the studio will be focusing on Harry Kane, I'm telling you now, if Son is not playing there, Chelsea's going to win. If Son plays, Spurs will beat Chelsea if Son plays. Son is dangerous. The most underappreciated player in the Premier League. Facts. He is mostly up there within the top 3 players in the Premier League. I'm telling you this right now. Son is dangerous. You put Son in United, make some title contenders, maybe winners. Put them in City, changes them, world beaters. Put them in Arsenal. My goodness, Arsenal will be back. Son is just that good. Chelsea fans, you're going to hope that Son is not playing. Spurs fans, you're going to want Son to be playing. You might as well start doing shrines. You might as well start lighting candles, burning incense, start praying to whatever God you pray to, that Son plays for you coming this Sunday. But anyway, if you're new to the show, I get very animated. I get very hyped up. And this is why it's called Game Day Hype Up Show. Because I get hyped up for football. I love football. And that's why it's vitally important, if you love this show, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Because we come to you pretty much every day now, as you know. You know, on a Monday, we give you the Premier League preview show. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, we're giving you the Champions League shows. Fridays and Saturdays, we give you the Game Day Hype Up Show. That's why you need to subscribe, because you get shows like this who keep it real, keep it great, and give you as much information every time you watch the show. But anyway, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon.